back with part 7 of the LS Snowcat swap. And as you can see here, we have our LS engine, and yes, it looks very, very rough, as you can see. It was in a carpet cleaning company's van, and up here with all the salt in Ohio and everything, things get pretty cruddy. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start taking this thing down, get it up on the engine stand, see what we can see in this thing, and then hopefully get it painted up and looking presentable enough to go in this thing. We have about another week wait before the cam kit shows up and a couple other parts that we need for this thing. But it's gonna start going together pretty quick now, guys. So here we go. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the forklift and we're gonna bring the whole thing over here and set it on this table and just drop the transmission, and then we'll get the engine mounted up on the engine stand, which is around here somewhere. So once that's done, then we can actually start really tearing into it. I would say they definitely went with extended service oil changes on this thing because the oil pan looked a little rough. So all I know is it had good oil pressure when it ran, when warm. So hopefully everything's still good to go with it. We'll look into it a little bit farther as we go here. That should be good. All right, hold it right there. Now that we got that disconnected, we can get this thing mounted on the engine stand. So we didn't have the bolts long enough to go through this. I left them at the house. So we're gonna just start disassembling it here while it's hanging on the forklift. But here we go. Let's see what we got in this thing. All right, so I don't know if you can tell from that time-lapse video or not, but the crate pulley was giving us quite the fight. So we used the snap-on air impact, didn't move it. Then we went to this bigger 3/4, is this 3/4? Yeah, 3/4 inch impact, didn't move it. Thankfully here at the farm, we had a 1 inch impact, and that got it right off there. It's surprising what you can do with one of these things. So now we're gonna move on to disassembling more of the engine here. So let's see what we get. So as I was talking, these were in fleet vehicles, and apparently fleet vehicles at carpet companies do not get maintained at all. So if you look here, like this thing is sludged up bad, but like I said, I know it had oil pressure and everything when it ran, so we're gonna clean all this up the best we can and just really go through the engine and see what we got, because this is the engine we're gonna use. So no matter what we have to do to it to make it at least good enough for what we're doing with it, considering we're not gonna be running nitrous through it or pro charging it or anything like that, it's not gonna have a huge labor life on it, but we do wanna get it as clean as possible for what we're trying to do here. So let's start ripping all this valve train out. Well, to show you guys a little bit more in depth here, the inside of this engine is completely trashed. I mean, it's just, I think they did like 40,000 mile oil changes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this whole block apart, strip everything down, and go and get the block checked and decked and deck the heads and everything, and put new bearings in it and try to get it ready so it's fresh for the Snowcat. So let's tear it down. All right, guys, well, as you can see, we've got this thing completely stripped down, and this engine was nothing like what it was supposed to be, or what we were told it was, but no biggie there. But anyway, so this thing's going to get, going to the machine shop tomorrow. Gonna completely clean it, check it, make sure everything's good. New bearings, new rings, all that fun stuff. The machine shop said that they're gonna do this pretty quick for us, so hopefully once that comes back, we can get rolling on this thing and get everything put back together. Next video, we'll definitely go over some of the parts that we've gotten for this thing from some of our great sponsors and stuff, and we're gonna go over all of them with you guys. But until then, from all of us at Racing and Randomness, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and please share.